each of them is actually from this being, so they're all alive, and every word is literally alive and has some kind of divine agenda, and we are dealing with these all the time and not giving them the respect they deserve, not taking the time to wonder what that material, what they're made of, what they're there for, how they work, how they change us constantly, second by second. And that just convinced me that I had to start working with words with a real respect for them and respect for my working with the words. And that was another part of how the Majesty evolved its nature, was that I wanted to basically just have a microphone and words, and have faith that the words would have a life of their own and would do something incredible if I allowed them that space instead of overwhelming them with rock and roll or spectacle or whatever else. And that was just a real sense of integration and relief and becoming whole again, a healing thing. Like admitting to yourself, this is what I really want, this is what I really do.
I've been looking so long at last. Oh. Wisdom is very sexy. First you dance, and then you move, and then you take your chance. Wisdom is very sexy.
Thank you, Mr. Genesis. Now would you please welcome from Morocco a 4,000-year-old musical legacy, Bachir, Attar, and the master musicians of Jajouka.
The master musicians of Jajouka live in the Rif Mountains of Morocco, in a small hamlet south of Tangier. According to tradition, they have been playing for centuries, their sound and their playing techniques passed down from generation to generation. The current leader of the band, Bachir Attar, has inherited the responsibility of preserving this unique musical legacy.
Difficult to describe the way to say to like Western people about this holy music, because Jajouka music, it's really deep music.
They represent to me the source of music, the sacredness of music, the ecstatic nature of music, and the psychedelic nature of music, the religious nature of it. All the things that I always believed music should be and art should be, and I still do, to me are encapsulated in Jajouka.
The first recording of Jajouka music released in the Western world was created by Brian Jones, the original founder of the Rolling Stones, only months before his tragic death in 1969.
So this record came out, and I thought, well, I don't know what that is, but it's got Brian Jones on the front, so something I can still get to do with Brian Jones, I'll buy that and see what it sounds like.
Yeah, they buy it and they think it's, this is like Brian Jones, he's doing something, then they hear it, then they put it away, Then after, they say, oh shit, that's things. It's like you have to hear it again. Then people they start to understand it little by little, you know.
What is it that they're understanding, do you think, when they start to?
I think they just got in them, you know. Go like.
And now a short interval.
And my role in a way was to kind of disrupt it, was to cut it up, was to re-edit it.
That's what we used to call the cut up, the beatniks and Brian Geisen.
We all know the Burroughs and the kind of Geisen idea of taking text, analog fashion, and cutting it up.
Began a process of realizing that everything from behavior to culture to sound, music, words, language, control.
Even my mother, in a sense, does cut-ups because she uses a remote control and she sits there flicking between channels. In a way, she's cutting and pasting her environment.
Chopped up into segments, literally or conceptually, and reassembled in order to see what's really there, as Burroughs so succinctly put it.
You start making these odd connections, you know, and experiences like this in themselves are a form of cut-up. It's like we've cut up 30 years of musical history and pasted it into one evening over a period of something like 6 to 7 hours.
We want them there in like
5 minutes.
5 minutes?
Yes, please.
I'm going to be watching you.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to be there with my little whip.
There you go. Yeah. We're going to do an encore?
Question mark? I am your fan.
Oh.
Let me get a picture of you two, okay?
That's it. Got to ask Johnny if every bit question.
Switch sides. Switch sides. Switch sides. Switch sides. Switch sides. Switch sides. Switch sides.
We want to do an encore.
Excuse me.
it seems as though there's almost a whole inexorable hidden wheel of the majesty of the universe that's been turning, and that this event was inevitable in a magical sense, in a sacred sense. That it has to happen. It joins together all these threads. It's almost a resolution and completion of something set in motion in the 50s. And I think that fear is what limits us. And as soon as you tell people the real message in my life, it is to always move away from yesterday without fear, if possible. And if anyone does that, amazing things happen. And everyone could generate a shift or a change in the way that culture works. Time's up. That all the people who are here tonight, and who have been here, chose to come in order to demonstrate their difference from that which they were expected to be. And that has always been what I've been trying to do.
Lovely.
Very gently, to encourage people to follow their dreams, their heart and happiness, and become something much larger and more vivid than they were ever told they could expect to be.
It's your parents' fault.
It is. Well, thank you, Mum and Dad, for that kind gift. And thank you, Quentin.
Thank you.
For being so inspirational before this event, during the event, and I hope in our happy home elsewhere, we shall continue to be happy and friends. So thank you, truly, for everything you've done.
You're very welcome.
Sometimes I feel I'm scared to live. The television screen is the retina of the mind's eye. Scared to live. live. Dying is easy. Here to live. Here to live. It's easy. Sometimes I feel I'm scared to live. Live. Dying is easy. Live. Dying is easy. Live. Here to die is easy. Dying live is easy. Live. To live. To live. Here to die is easier to live. Here to live. Live. Die, live is easy. Live. Live. Here to live. Dying, here to live. Easy. Here to live. Here to live. 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 Dying, live. 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 Here to live. Dying is easy. Dying is easy. Dying is easy. Dying is easier to live. Sometimes I feel I'm scared to live. Dying is easy. Dying is easy. Live. To live. Live. To live. Live. To live. Live. To live. Dying, I feel I'm scared to live. Here to dying, here to easy. Here to live. Dying is easy. Dying is easy. Dying is easy. Dying is easy. Sometimes I feel I'm scared to live. Here to live. Here to live is easy. Here to live. Dying is easy.
First to fly, death smile.
Dying is easier to live. Here to live. Sometimes I feel I'm scared to live. Here to live. Is easy. Here to dying is easy. Dying is easy. Sometimes I feel I'm scared to die.
First to fly and death smile.
Dying is easy. Live. 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 Sometimes I feel I'm scared.
What was it all about?
What was it all about? Well, from my perspective, I enjoyed the irony of finally returning to a country that had made me so unwelcome and to discover that there was once again a welcome mat lying there, beautiful red gold, saying, "Come back, Genesis. All is forgiven, but don't do anything naughty ever again."
I think that was the same message given to me. I left England because I had been to America and I had seen what happiness was. I've always been American in my heart, ever since my mother took me to the movies. My mother took me to the cinema in a spirit of ostentatious condescension. The movies were for servant girls. People with any taste went to the theater. But when I began to gibber and twitch at the pictures of New York on the screen, my mother explained that what went on up there was vastly different from real life. And she was wrong, because everyone who comes from London to New York and goes back says one thing first: it's more like the movies than you'd ever dream. And it is.
It is, and that's why we're both going back. Well, you technically never left again.
That's right.
However, I feel in spirit you came here with me, and sad to say, I shall return to New York ASAP, because I too found my true happiness in New York. Of all places.
Everyone is your friend in America. Nobody's your friend in England.
Well, let's hope a few were here tonight. And I was gibbering and twitching to my heart's content. And perhaps, just perhaps, a few young people will have been inspired or possibly subverted into searching for their happiness too. Wouldn't that be nice?
That would be nice.
Even in England.
Well, you see, in England, happiness has a bad name.
It does.
In America, it's written into the Constitution.
That's true, the pursuit of happiness. That's true.
In America, you would have to have something better to do than that. It would be a frivolous objective.
In England?
Yeah.
Well, we don't want people to think that we're ungrateful that they came, because we would argue, I certainly would argue, that all the people who are here tonight and who have been here chose to come in order to demonstrate their difference from that which they were expected to be. And that has always been what I've been trying to do.
Lovely.
Very gently, to encourage people to follow their dreams, their heart and happiness, and become something much larger and more vivid than they were ever told they could expect to be.
It's your parents' fault.
It is. Well, thank you, Mum and Dad, for that kind gift. And thank you, Quentin.
Thank you.
For being so inspirational before this event, during the event, and I hope in our happy home elsewhere, we shall continue to be happy and friends. So thank you, truly, for everything you've done.
You're very welcome.
were so beautiful. You were so very special.